people will need you when there is something going on or there is something they are getting from you. Let me tell you of a short story. When I was still on radio, and I was that guy on radio, people would call me up. They're like, Arthur, how are you? Can you come and pay us a visit at TV? Like TV people would call you. They wanted to have interviews with me. They wanted to host me. They wanted to talk to me. Like everyone wanted to be my friend. People had shows like those small interviews. Well, that is when I had the name on radio. So when I quit my radio job last year, I chose to also go off social media for some reason, which I'll also tell you in another video, where I left social media. Some platforms, I closed some platforms. Not everything, but I closed some platforms. So I left radio and I tried to go a bit low key because I wanted to concentrate on my hustle and my business. I wanted to have that focus. And now that name I had on radio started dying out. Like, I wasn't the other guy that people were used to, like that guy they would talk to, that guy they would really admire and fancy. So now I also wanted interviews with certain people who had channels that I loved. So there are quite a number of people who have podcasts and channels going on. So I've been calling them around, telling them, man, I would want to be part of your show, I would want to be part of your podcast. And the guy tells you frankly, like, yeah, Arthur, you know what? I need to talk to the guys. I need to first discuss with the guys, then we can see if we can bring you on. And the issue is there are no guys to talk to. This guy is the guy, like he's the final guy. And he's pretending and acting like there is a lot of consultation he's supposed to do. And it has taught me a lesson of people only need you when there is something of value. People need you when there is something of interest in you. People don't need you when there is nothing like of value bringing. And I've seen it happen. I've seen very many people pop up like on social media, let's say on TikTok. You know that Kabaka Mwanga kid? Yeah? You know there is that other guy who, MC who, that guy who featured in Pierre Pound's song, right? Then there are other songs, Musei Jemba, those guys who went a bit viral like in a day. And when this happened, everyone used them. Like everyone hosted them on interviews, everyone wanted them at that moment. And when their time of fame ran out, these guys were thrown out. Like nobody bothered. The owners of these channels never bothered to look for where are they. Like nobody cares when you're not somewhere. I've also seen it with quite a number of people. You know those friends who call you and they're like, hi Arthur, how are you? You're good. Are you going out? I think we should hang. Now, their motive sometimes is not basically to hang. Their motive sometimes is basically to find somebody probably to drop them home, probably somebody to buy drinks. You know those people who have an hidden agenda and they'll never tell you what it is. So, I think the world is a very unfair place. And I think the earlier you realize that people want you for something, the more you create something out of yourself. You probably begin vlogging, you create an audience of your own, you go work out, you live healthy, you study, you go to school, you become something of value. Like nobody wants somebody who doesn't have value. And I've attested to this and I can testify to this, that when I was on radio and I was doing comedy, and probably your face or your presence or your name made something, people would want you, people would want to be around you, people would want to hang with you, people would want to chill with you, and the moment that usefulness disappears, everyone also disappears. Like Baganda said, and I've come to testify. So let me also give you a scenario. So I'm a friend of mine. We've been hanging. Over time, I've had a number of friends, but I'm now kept losing many of them. Not that I didn't like them, but I've also come to realize that I need to lose a lot of people. So this is what happens. Sometimes we have friends who really don't take us to that other next level, and you're keeping into a certain circle, a certain frame of things, and you're basically there. So I have these friends that have been keeping me in that kind of circle. Like sometimes they are a bit bamenya, like when you're with them, there is something that really gets off you. Probably you have to pay certain bill, certain expense, you have to sacrifice time, knowledge, you have to sacrifice lots of things to make sure that your relationship stays, which is not bad to keep friends, but sometimes some friendships come at a very huge cost in terms of time, compromises, and like both of you are not at the same level. You know those kind of things. And sometimes it's hard to tell a friend, this is the thing I need to, it's hard, like they will misinterpret it. So the best thing sometimes you like, let me just chill, let me keep quiet and let go of this person. I do mine, they do what belongs to them. So this one of mine reaches out. This was yesterday actually. So she tells me, hi Arthur, how are you? And of late I've also learned to become very intentional in everything I do. And when she reached out, my voice was telling me, what does she want? So we chat a little bit and then I ask, what's up? And then she tells me, yeah, just here checking on you. But within me, I know there was nothing like checking on me. And then after that, she tells me, Arthur, I'm going to Ginger over the weekend. I definitely knew. She needed a chauffeur. She needed probably somebody to record her videos, because sometimes I do a lot of content creation because I have learned video recording. That some people would only want you because they know when you move with them, they'll turn around, and then you record that video and those other things. So when I saw that, it proved to me that this person is looking for something from me. And it has kept on happening, and I'm also seeing it in society. People will just want to find you because there is value. So me, this year, actually, I've chosen to make myself a valuable person. Probably let me learn a skill that people will need. Probably people may need you just because you're a carpenter. People may need you just because you have information. People may need you just because you have something. And then that thing you have, you probably try to make sure the world knows about that. And then they'll want to deal with you. So really, this year should be a year of us becoming valuable. Becoming people of status, becoming people that have value in terms of, let's say, physical things like money, let's say brand name, let's say knowledge, let's say a connection, like you have a connection, let's say you must have something about you that is just beyond your face and your body. There must be that one thing that people would want to look for and say they want you for something. So me this year, I'm just trying to be valuable. I'm just trying to be connected. I'm just trying to be knowledgeable in my area of expertise. I'm just trying to be like, when you come to my area of it, I want to be like top notch, And probably people would want me. So for now, I've recorded a few guys to put me on their podcasts, their channels. They've said they need to talk to another guy who doesn't exist. But also because of that, that's why I said I will sit home, I will record my own videos, I will put them here. Even if nobody watches, I will post them here. I will talk to myself in front of the camera. And I'll post them because there are things I want to share. But nobody's giving me a platform. So if you're not giving me a platform, what should I do? And I know how to use a phone, a camera. I can learn editing here. I know how to use the internet. I know how to upload. YouTube is not for paying. It is a free platform, so why should I have to wait for somebody to host me to run a channel? So when you ask yourself that, you can run your own channel. So for the past so many years, I've been doing content here. Ever since I changed my name to my real name, and nobody has been watching. The farthest I've gotten is about 100 views, and I've been doing it consistently. I think this is my 87th video. And I think the last one I did was about 32 views. But I'm happy because I get to share what I want to share. So sometimes nothing should limit you, nothing should stop you. Sometimes the trolls are there trolling us, but who cares? Let's do stuff we want to do. Let's become valuable. Let's add something on you, then people will want you. And I'm sure as I do this video here, I know one day people are going to want me. They all want to be wanted. They will want to host me. I'm sure they will. And when they host me and they call me to host you, I will also come and tell you. So right now I'm useless. I'm useless, but come a few months, come a few years. I'm going to do this consistently, like non-stop, consistently, and trust me, they will show up. So let's keep doing. Let's keep creating value. And let's do everything right. Probably things will show up.